So right now, what's really been keeping me busy, and it's because of our marketing initiative, is the fractional CFO services. It's primarily focusing on helping the subcontractors and contractors identify areas where they can increase their profitability.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today, I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Evans Gedeon, who's been making serious moves as a fractional CFO service company, as well as helping people with real estate advisory, development, and design. So, yeah, I think the listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching helping people with their finances, with development, designing real estate. Yeah, so many topics to dive into. So glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be on the podcast today and share with the audience my experience and how I can add value to those that are seeking my services.
Awesome. So yeah, first off, for people who are not yet familiar with you and your world, can you give the short version of what your main focus is?
Yes, absolutely. So Gideon Financial LLC has two verticals. The first service that we offer is the fractional CFO services. And what that is essentially having a part-time chief financial officer within a small business organization. And there's a need for it currently in the marketplace. There's a need for someone to dive deep into the financials and explain how a firm can grow their profitability. And that's what the first facet of my business focuses on. We work with a lot of contractors and subcontractors. Those are the niche that we're primarily focused on, but we also work with family offices that are in the commercial real estate space as well. For the second side of my business, we have the real estate development advisory firm. And that particular facet of our business focuses on the development. So everything from design coordination, working with architects, figuring out the highest and best use for an asset, and ultimately selling that asset. That is primarily what the second vertical of our business, the real estate development advisory firm, focuses on.
Awesome. And where are you operating these businesses in?
So that is a great question. For the fractional CFO services, we can actually work remotely with a lot of our clients. We have people that have reached out to me that are based out of Texas and Pennsylvania, and we're still evaluating how we can work together. But the updates that we have bi-weekly, and if necessary more than biweekly can all be conducted remotely.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And for the real estate development services arm, our primary focus is in Florida. So right now we have a 300 unit deal that I'm working on. It's in Riviera Beach, which is just 45 to an hour minutes to an hour north of Miami. And that's projected to be 300 multifamily units. So I'm actually helping the family office underwrite, work with the local politicians, and ultimately get the project off the ground. So our real estate development arm is primarily Florida driven. As we all know, real estate tends to be local in some capacities when you're doing development, and it's just easier to focus our development arm in Florida.
Can you expand a bit on this real estate development business? What are kind of the services that you offer? Who do you work with? Would love to hear more.
Yeah, so for the second vertical of our business, we are actually working with a lot of family offices, and one of them is based out of Washington, D.C., and he has been very successful in executing in that mid-Atlantic area. He wants to expand on his geography, and I've known him for over 10 years now. And so, we ultimately said, we're going to start looking at some opportunities that make sense, identify an opportunity, and he loves it. And so we're working in tandem to execute on it. I also have clients that are actually based out of Florida, and I've worked with them in numerous capacities from structuring their financing to do the development, as well as the design coordination to ensure that what they're building is the highest and best use for the project. So they're pretty through all walks of life, but the common theme between all of my clients in the development services arm is they want to do deals in Florida. And so for a lot of family offices, they want to diversify and actually do real estate development services, and they're looking for someone to execute on it, someone that can execute from identifying the site and doing the design coordination and doing the financial modeling and ultimately getting to the closing table and closing, and then engage in the general contractors, which we have a sister relationship with, and ultimately building the project and selling it. So the development services, specific services that we offer is essentially being your in-house developer.
Awesome. Love that. What has been like your key to keeping this business running smoothly?
I have been fortunate enough to have a great marketing and IT guy that has really organized my business from a IT standpoint. So a lot of the files that I need to access, a lot of the documents that I need to review, I can do from my phone. I can do it remotely. So that has been really helpful in sending files and receiving files and downloading files. That's been really helpful. And then I have also had the luxury, as I spoke with you previously, in working with some really big firms in South Florida that has exposed me to many structures.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And many asset classes. And so when I evaluate a deal, I'm able to size it up pretty quickly by just using a calculator, even before I get to sitting down and running the financial models, um, because I'm fully aware of how to look at a deal and size it and know very quickly if it's going to fall within the return profile of my client. So it's just a combination of technology and some experience and being exposed to different structure that makes life seamless. But it's not always rainbows. There are times where I have to sit there and process, and it takes some times. But the other thing I would say is uh, the invention of artificial intelligence. That's also been extremely helpful when I run into a jam and I just need a second opinion and really to help me figure out a solution. I'll run some scenarios through ChatGPT, and that's been helpful as well in terms of structuring and scenarios. But I'll obviously spot check it, but the fact that it can help me think through some of the things that I would perceive as a bottleneck is huge. And so it's really good to have that tool, which kind of helps me get through the bottleneck and start the process again, the best strategy moving forward.
Yeah, that's important to know those people and systems that can support you as you, yeah, hold this large business. So, yeah. So let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next?
So I love what I do currently. I have always found pride in helping contractors and subcontractors as well as developers solve problems. And while I was working my full-time jobs, I've had my consulting company for over 10 years. And it's really, when you're working in a business, you're not working less than 40 hours. It's not happening. So I'm working 50, 60 hours a week in my full-time role and then finding another 20, 30 hours in between breaks to do my consulting business because I found the joy in it. And technology made it easy to help a lot of my clients execute on their business plan. And so that's been great. But it's uh it's a wonderful feeling. Having the ability to help people execute on their business plan. Moving forward, the ultimate goal is to um, scale my two verticals on the Getting Financial LLC and ultimately focus on development, acquisitions and development. I actually have the luxury of having a few um, financial institutions that are backing me on some opportunities with interest rate being high. Some of it is difficult to find because they're existing product, but I'm still searching nevertheless. And ultimately, I want to be able to grow my portfolio, not only on the development side, but also on the acquisition side. So I'm actively working on it and I've identified the right partners, but it's just a process.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, that is a awesome goal. Love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, so which kind of side of the business do you kind of see that you have like the most passion towards and which like where are you kind of like focusing more I would ask.
Um,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
so right now, what's really been keeping me busy, and it's because of our marketing initiative, is the fractional CFO services. It's primarily focusing on helping the subcontractors and contractors identify areas where they can increase their profitability. So really diving in the numbers for them because they want to focus on building. So I have the luxury of getting into the numbers because I know it very well and saying, hey, this is where you can reduce your expenses and your costs and increase your profitability. The cool thing is a lot of these contractors, once I am continuing to work with them, also have an interest in doing development. So it creates an opportunity where I take them from the fractional CFO services, which is most crucial to their business today, but they see the opportunity to roll into the real estate development advisory arm, which is helpful for me. So it's definitely a great position to be in. Um, and I enjoy in helping people solve problems. Um, but ultimately, it's also great when you can also push to structure deals and get investments yourself.
Totally. Yeah, a lot of the listeners to this show are investors. Whether they're seasoned investors or in the early stages, how do you support this type of audience?
Well, it's really what they need to solve for. If they need the whole package, they just say, "Hey, I want to be able to control the deal, but I really want to deploy dollars, and I need someone that can underwrite the deal and kind of find what I'm looking for." I can solve that issue for them. And I know a lot of family offices are trending towards working less and less with financial institutions and finding more people that can grow a division because they have the capital to deploy. So I, funny enough, never really marketed myself to do this service. It was just through word of mouth and having worked with a family office that believes in what I do, and I still have a good relationship with them today. And that's where these opportunities started to open up, and the the idea of really doing this, the idea of really helping people solve issues. I had the luxury and the experience of executing on this and to help someone that says, hey, I need you to run point from soups to nuts. I can be that guy. But if they want me to focus on just the financial modeling piece or the design coordination piece, there's the ability to do that as well.
Yeah, amazing. That's so important to be able to have that like diversity of services that you can support people with. So, when it comes to growing your business, whether that's with building new relationships or just investing into growing your network, what are some things that have made the biggest difference for you there?
Um, and growing my relationships and building my network, I think the biggest difference has been in serving. I have served on, I continue to serve on the board for Nova Southeastern University's real estate advisory program. And Nova Southeastern University has both an undergrad and master's program for real estate. So all the students that ultimately want to get in this field have the ability to sign up for Nova and get educated in the space. And so serving in that role on the advisory board has given me the ability to brainstorm with real estate practitioners in the field. I learn a lot, but also serving um, the students in terms of coming in and sitting as a panelist has opened my eyes to different ideas and to ultimately serving as a mentor to some of these students and voicing my own ideas as to how they can really grow their careers or grow into entrepreneurship, having seen so many structures and, being an entrepreneur myself over the years. So this business, in my opinion, you get what you put in. And if you're only putting in um and just doing deals, it can feel very stressful at times because it's just focused on the money aspect. But if you find an opportunity to serve in some capacity, I think there's a lot of value in that in itself. And along the way, it creates investment opportunities. So in the past, I have sat on some committees and for Urban Land Institute and NAOP and just really wanted to solve what our next program and activity is going to be for the young leaders. Also, most recently, I sit as the vice chairman for the Black Real Estate Investment Council, which is a council that is under Black professional networks and spearheaded by Kanasha Paul. And we brought in this council because there's a lot of African Americans in the space. And funny enough, they all have really great there's different spectrums. So you have the entry level that wants to get into business, then you have the mid careers, and then you actually have a lot of senior partners and entrepreneurs themselves. But when I was going to a lot of these trade organizations, I wouldn't really see them. And so with me serving as vice chairman, I have really heard a lot of people say, "Hey, I'm glad you're serving because I've been looking for a place where I can get educated in this and network." And the fact that you yourself and Kanasha really is spearheading this, but under the Black Professionals Network umbrella with Kanasha leading the way for Black Real Estate Investment Council. It's given me an opportunity to serve the other founding member of Black Real Estate Investment Council is Chad Musgrove. He's a very successful senior vice president at M&T Bank, and we two started this a journey together. And fast forward 8 years later, it's great to hear everybody talking about how much value it has been for them and how much they're learning along the way as we continue to expand on our programming. So I think the key to this business is not only in doing deals, but making the right relationships. And when you do have an opportunity to also serve, because there's a
Yeah,
lot of good in serving.
definitely. Service is so important. So thank you for that. And yeah, before we wrap up here, if people want to reach out, connect, learn more from you, where is the best place for them to find you?
Yes. So the best place to find me is through www.gideonfinancial.com. My ads on Instagram and Facebook is at Gideon Financial. And I also have my business line, which funny enough, I don't have it memorized too hard, but share that now shortly and can find it on my website. It's 561-203-9724.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time and your perspective.
Thank you for having me. It was it Definitely was a great time sitting with you and explaining what it is that I do. I find joy in this, and I appreciate you extending the time to talk with me today.
Awesome. Thank you. And for those of you tuning into the show, if you got value from this episode, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations with operators just like Evans who are building real businesses. And we'll see you all on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.